morning, please can I introduce the Lord Mayor of Coventry.
Thank you. Mr. Ambassador, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, absent friends, good morning. It is my honour to welcome you to Coventry and to our beautiful and inspiring cathedral. The cathedral is key to Coventry's work as a city of peace and reconciliation. It helps us to reach out to others around the world, those in the areas of conflict, and bring them together in understanding and friendship. It is work we have been leading on for over 80 years, since the horrors of war saw our old cathedral destroyed. The ruins alongside us now stand as a reminder of that night and our city's brave decision to think not of revenge, but of reconciliation, and to start its work for peace. We are proud to lead that work, and we are proud to have the people of Japan by our side as we spread our message of friendship. Mr. Ambassador, congratulations on receiving the Cross of Nails today. The original cross was formed on that fateful day in 1940, when 3 old iron nails were picked up from the still smouldering ruins of the Cathedral Church of St. Michael. It helps our city to spread the message of peace and reconciliation and of hope. The community of the Cross of Nails has now spread around the world. It includes more than 200 churches and organisations, all working towards a future free from war and aggression. And it's wonderful to think the community is growing ever wider. The cross will link the people of Coventry and the people of Japan, and we will be proud and honoured to use our friendship to inspire others. Our city already enjoys strong links with your country. We have a long friendship with the city of Hiroshima, and we share many ties, including our twin statues of reconciliation, with one in the Hiroshima Peace Garden and one in our cathedral ruins here. It is a daily reminder of our friendship and a treasured part of our city. We are also linked through our love of our heritage and our arts and our culture, as we see from today's event. Coventry is delighted to be the UK City of Culture 2021, and we are using that year to show our work for peace and friendship, and how that work has brought so many guests to our city. We have opened our doors to people from around the world, and they have brought their cultures, traditions and festivals to make our city a richer place. Our universities have helped that work, attracting some of the best and brightest students from around the world, including many from Japan. We are honoured to give them a home while they study, and we thank them for all that they bring to our lives. Mr. Ambassador, Madam Hayashi, thank you for honouring us with your visit to our city. I hope it is the next step in an ever closer friendship between Coventry and the people of Japan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lord Mayor. Ohayo gozaimasu. Watashi wa Rebecca desu. Good morning, Your Excellency, Ambassador Hayashi, Madam Hayashi, and Lord Mayor John McNicholas, and to all of our honoured guests. I'm delighted to welcome you to Coventry today, and I'd like to thank you for joining us. I know that many of you have had long journeys, so I hope now you can relax and enjoy your time with our pupils. Coventry is a city of peace and reconciliation, and we put this at the heart of our education. An important part of this is intercultural understanding. Our staff and pupils love learning about Japanese culture and language, which has resulted in many projects linked to Japan. One of these is a Japan Arts exhibition, which we would like to share with you this morning. Our pupils have been privileged to work with celebrated artists and playwrights, such as Hiroko Mada and Jeanette Chung. We hope you enjoy looking at their beautiful work. One hugely successful project has been our Cities of Peace project. 5 Coventry schools were invited by the Japan Society to work with Between the Stones to learn about Japan, no theatre and peace. The children had the opportunity to write Tanzaku peace poems, they worked with an internationally renowned mask maker, and they were privileged to have a video conference with a Hiroshima survivor. The culmination of this project was the creation of the Islands of Peace Garden, which you will enjoy seeing later today. We could not have imagined the opportunities that our pupils have had as a result of these Japanese education projects. How many children in the UK have had the chance to work with Japanese now actors, have had their work displayed in the Embassy of Japan, and even go on a study tour of Japan? As you can imagine, there are many, many thank yous to so many people who have given their time, funding and inspiration to enrich our pupils' education. Of course, all of you sitting here are those people we would like to say thank you to, including the Japan Society Between the Stones, the Japanese Garden Society, the Daiwa Foundation, the Sasakawa Foundation, Severn Trent Water, the Japan Foundation, Mitsubishi, Chio Construction, Eurovia, Robert Ketchell, Coventry City Council and many more. I just have a few very special thanks to say. Councillor Mutton, I know that you're somewhere at the back there. Councillor Mutton has a strong personal commitment to peace education for children, and we really truly want to thank you for your belief in our garden project from the outset. To Jeanette Chung, whose dedication to Coventry pupils has been phenomenal, and to Graham Pardman from the Japanese Garden Society. So without you, our children couldn't have built the garden. But now I turn to the stars of today, our amazing children. Children, could you just all stand where you are, just so our guests can see you all? Just all the pupils, just stand up. Thank you. Thank you. Today, you'll meet children from 6 of our primary schools, and I'm sure you're going to be impressed by their enthusiasm and their fantastic work. We are so proud of them and what they have achieved. Thank you, children. I would now like to present Ms. Heidi Potter, the Chief Executive of the Japan Society. Thank you, Heidi.
Lord Mayor, Your Excellency, Rebecca, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a huge pleasure and honour to be with you here in Coventry with the students and teachers of Coventry schools this morning. I have huge admiration for all that you have achieved, and particularly for the leadership of Rebecca Bollands and the teachers in Coventry schools for their vision and dedication to your education and to this project. Not all of you have had a chance to visit Japan, but all of you have been on a fantastic learning journey over the past 4 years. And during that time, you've involved detailed planning and preparation and dealing with unexpected twists and turns along the way. But I think you've had enormous fun and learned a great deal as part of this journey. The Japan Society has been enormously proud to be involved, both through guided education activities with my colleagues in the education team and through support from our small grants program. The Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games were the inspiration behind the Coventry Young Ambassadors project, which embodies the Olympic values of excellence, friendship and respect. And you've shown this through your interest in learning about and understanding another culture, in sharing your experience with your friends and peers in the UK and in Japan, and in the quality of the work that you've achieved. Many, many congratulations on this special day, the culmination of your project. I hope it won't be the end of your journey about Japan and with Japan, and that you'll continue to build on these very strong foundations. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. And I would now just like to present Ms. Jeanette Chung from Between the Stones. Thank you, Jeanette.
Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to be here on this celebratory day after such a long journey that we've been on together with Rebecca and all of the children here. I would just like to say a couple of additional things. I'm here representing a team of people. They're called the Between the Stones Project team. And all of these people have contributed over the 3 years that we've been working alongside Rebecca. They, from Japan, send you Ambassador Mrs. Hayashi and all of our honoured guests, but most importantly, the children of Coventry. They send you their very best wishes. You are indeed wonderful ambassadors. Your work has been shared around the world, not just in the United Kingdom, but many people from other countries have taken an interest. And we have indeed the director of the UNESCO's Associated Schools program has sent you a personal message, which is up on the screen at the back, and I hope at some point you will be able to listen to her. She says that she's very inspired by the work that you have created. She's so inspired that she has asked national coordinators from the United Kingdom and from Japan to work together on a new pilot project. And she sees your work as the seeds for other children's work around the world to do something rather like you have been doing, to create projects that spread peace and reconciliation as far and as wide as possible. So my only words are congratulations, everybody. Thank you for all of the contributions that you've made, for all of the work that you and your teachers, and especially Rebecca, who has tirelessly over this period made everything come together. So well done, Rebecca, and well done everybody else. Thank you.
We start the day with two very important presentations that highlight our city's links with Japan and our city's commitment to peace and reconciliation. I would now like to introduce you and welcome you to John Whitcomb, the Dean of Coventry Cathedral. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much indeed, Rebecca, Your Excellency, Ambassador Hayashi. Madam Hayashi, you are very, very welcome here in Coventry Cathedral today. And indeed, as all of you are, what an excellent way to use this building, which stands as a beacon to international friendship, a place in which we hope that all will feel welcomed and receive that sense of hospitality and space to explore their own hopes and dreams for the future. We stand slightly on the shoulders of giants here today, those who have forged this warm relationship between the cities of Coventry and Hiroshima. And in particular, we'd like to pay tribute to John Hartley, who has been so significant in forming that relationship. The relationship between not just the city, but the cathedral itself and the city of Hiroshima is of great significance to us. As the Lord Mayor has already mentioned, we have a wonderful statue in our ruins by the sculptor Josefina di Vasconcelos, casts of which were presented both to us and to the Hiroshima Peace Park in 1995. Originally entitled Reunion, the sculpture depicts two young people finding each other again, having been separated by the horrors of war. As they fall into each other's arms, they have become a symbol of all those times when we find ourselves once again in healed relationships after recovering from the destructive separation caused by conflict. Today, we refer to it as the Reconciliation Statue, and it's become a powerful symbol of all that our international friendship stands for. However, there is an older symbol of reconciliation which lies at the heart of our city and cathedral's life, and I'm delighted that this too is now going to be found in Hiroshima. The Coventry Cross of Nails is an internationally known symbol of both destruction and hope. Originally formed from nails gathered from the ruins of the bombed and burnt Coventry Cathedral, the cross represents the futility and horror of war, but also the possibility of finding hope even in the midst of our greatest loss. The Christian symbol of the cross is a reminder of the presence of God in Jesus Christ in our places of deepest darkness. And wherever God is found and known, we can also find hope. We are honoured and delighted to be presenting this cross to the people of Hiroshima, who have embraced their darkness and found within it glimmers of hope and a commitment to peace which now inspires the world. For us, as the Lord Mayor has said, the Cross of Nails has become the central symbol of an international community committed to the three peace-building priorities of this cathedral: healing the wounds of history, learning to live with difference and to celebrate diversity, and building a culture of peace. Please receive this cross with our blessing on behalf of the people of Hiroshima. May it find its place there with other symbols which remind us of the destruction of war, but also invite us to respond to that destruction with a renewed commitment to build a new world for all to share. Before handing over the cross, if I may, just a word for those who may not know where our present crosses come from. Of course, our original crosses were indeed made from nails from the roof of the burning cathedral, and one of those crosses you can see in the heart of the high altar cross behind us. Of course, over the years, although there were many nails, we eventually ran out. And one of the crosses of nails had been presented to the city and people of Würzburg in former Eastern Germany. And the cross there made its way year by year through some of our partners, and one year in the prison chapel. When it was time to pass the cross on to its next place of resting, the prison community asked if they might be allowed to make a replica of the cross to stay in the prison chapel because they found it so inspiring, and they were given permission. Shortly after that, we needed to find a new supplier for crosses as new members and partners joined our international community. So we went back to that prison workshop in Würzburg and said, would you be willing to make more crosses for us? And so today, that's where all our crosses come from a prison workshop, those who are recognizing the brokenness of their lives and seeking to rebuild for a future, forming and forging these crosses as part of that rehabilitation work. And those crosses now come here to the cathedral, are blessed and sent out to the four corners of the world. So that's the history of this cross, which I'm about to present to you, Mr. Ambassador, and it comes with our blessing and our hope for the future.
The very Reverend Whitcomb, I thank you very much for presenting me with this very moving cross of nails. This outstanding cathedral, a triumph of reconciliation and recovery from the ravages of war, stands as a beacon for peace and reconciliation. It is most fitting that Coventry has forged such warm and productive links with Hiroshima, a city on this other side of the world, which resonates for similar reasons. I feel very honored to have been entrusted with the cross of nails, which I promise to present to the people in Hiroshima. Thank you very much once again indeed.
Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Ambassador Hayashi to make a commendation to the Coventry Lord Mayor's Peace Committee. Thank you, Mr. Hayashi.
Lord Mayor McNicholas, councillors, distinguished guests, it is my great pleasure to have an opportunity to celebrate the conferment of the Ambassador's Commendation on Coventry Lord Mayor's Committee for Peace and Reconciliation today. I would like to say just a few words to congratulate all those who have contributed to the committee's activities. While most of you are well aware of the committee's history and its achievements, I touch upon some of the background to the decision to confer these awards. It is so sad and regrettable to remind air raid on Coventry in the night of November 14, 1940, one of the first indiscriminate bombings against innocent civilians during the Second World War. Although it was such a horrible tragedy, it paved the way for developing a city-to-city relationship with Hiroshima, which was destroyed by an atomic bomb on August 6, 1945. Coventry Lord Mayor's Committee for Peace and Reconciliation, established in 1975, holds the Hiroshima Day service to console the souls of the victims of Hiroshima every year since 1987. This annual service has certainly strengthened the bonds between the Coventry and Hiroshima, and fully appreciate dedication and tireless efforts of the committee in organizing such an important event for more than 30 years. Last year marked 80th anniversary of the air raid on Coventry, as well as the 75th anniversary of the dropping an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. It was in commemoration of the two anniversaries and recognition of the service's long and distinguished contribution to the deepening of friendship between Japan and the UK that the government of Japan decided to honor the committee with the Ambassador's Commendation last August. However, due to the pandemic caused by COVID-19, we had to wait for nearly a year to hand over the commendation. Now I'm most satisfied to come here and finally realize the mission with all of you today. In a spirit of profound gratitude for what the committee has been doing, it is my great pleasure to be able to award Coventry Lord Mayor's Committee for Peace and Reconciliation. May peace and our bonds continue for long. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Please could I invite Miss Ruth Longoli to accept the commendation. Thank you.
For the sake of who do not necessarily read the content, may I provide translation for quite many of you. Certificate of Commendation. The Ambassador of Japan extends his deepest regards to the Coventry Lord Mayor's Committee for Peace and Reconciliation in recognition of its distinguished contribution to the deepening of mutual understanding and friendship between Japan and the United Kingdom. Awarded on 2nd July 2021 in Coventry, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Japan to the UK, Hayashi Hajime. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Your Excellency and honoured guests, children and teachers from around Coventry. It's a pleasure to see you. It's an honour and a privilege to accept your commendation on behalf of the Lord Mayor's Committee for Peace and Reconciliation. We thank you. We value very highly our friendship with Japan and the city of Hiroshima. In holding our Hiroshima Day commemoration every year in this beautiful cathedral, itself a symbol of hope and recovery and peace, we endeavour to bring to people's attention the suffering of the people of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and to ensure that nuclear weapons will never be used again. This year, on August the 6th, we will be welcoming Kate Hudson, General Secretary of the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. And no doubt she will point out the perilous situation the world is in, not helped by the UK government's plans to increase its nuclear arsenal by 40% in contravention of the Non-Proliferation Treaty, which commits nuclear weapon states to reducing and eliminating their nuclear weapons. However, we're heartened that more than 2/3 of countries support the treaty for the prohibition of nuclear weapons, and that young people across the world are taking action on climate, peace and social justice issues. Today is a celebration of the cultural exchanges between young people in Coventry and Japan, developed so well by Mrs. Rebecca Bollands, Deputy Head of Howes Primary School, and we're proud to say a member of the Lord Mayor's Peace Committee, and the young people taking part in this Cities for Peace project. I'm sure there is enormous benefit, and we shall enjoy seeing that. We look forward to and thank them for sharing the arts and all that they have learnt during the course of these exchanges. And we also look forward to visiting the Peace Garden in the Memorial Park that they've played an important part in creating. As we emerge from the COVID pandemic, these young people show us the way to a better, more peaceful and greener future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. We now have a really special treat for you. We have the pupils from Broadheath Primary School are going to perform some Noh-inspired drama, so please enjoy it.
reconciliation,
Thank you very much, John. It was a really moving and spectacular performance. One that we have all really, really enjoyed. You must have worked really hard to produce that excellent work, and I hope that you've enjoyed making it. So let's give the children another really big round. So now we would like to invite you to enjoy looking at more of our pupils' work. Some of our pupils will be demonstrating a tea ceremony, some will be showing you some ikebana, some will be showing you their woodblock printing, and we have the work from the Between the Stones Cities of Peace project. So we hope that you enjoy freely wandering around to look at the children's work today. From 12 o'clock onwards, we would like to invite you to start leaving the cathedral just in your own time and to make your way to the visitor centre at the War Memorial Park. If you've asked to join a walking party, our amazing Coventry ambassadors and city hosts will greet you by the entrance that you came in at about 12, 10 past 12 and quarter past 12, but we won't leave anybody behind, so don't worry. If you've requested transport, the minibus will leave at about 20 past 12, again from the entrance that you came in from. If you have any questions at all during the morning, please ask one of our city hosts in their lovely pink uniforms, and we will certainly guide you to where you need to be. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of your morning with us. Thank you.
Keep